football. The man for whom the stadium is named, Bill Snyder, built this program from the losingest in the history of college football to a formidable foe and home of the Kansas State Wildcats. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Kansas State Wildcats. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Wildcats offense will get the first crack at it here. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
Kansas State pushing the pace. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Kansas State will have to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. On the move, it's Laporta. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. So the TCU Horned Frogs offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football at a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do, and you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much he'll test that cornerback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
They're going to ride this running back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
And the pass is intercepted. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. First down here for the offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They're going to open this drive with a pass. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And if you turned on the tape last week, you're getting more of the same in the first quarter. This defense last week harassing the QB with 6 sacks, now getting out the gates in the first quarter and getting their first one.
They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup. They'll give it to the back. Shows him the stiff arm. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. The Wildcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on first down. And as he throws, got it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. From the one, it's first and goal as they try to open the scoring here. Trying to bully their way in. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They lost ground on first down. Now second and goal from the 5. Wide receiver shows motion. A run for the quarterback. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Handoff from the gun. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He's right on target. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. And the Horned Frogs are moving quickly down the field. Looking to go up top on 1st down. The throw. Got his man on the right. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. And he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Complete. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
And the offense here dialed up a really good zone beater. Give credit to the offensive coordinator. He called the right play at the right time.
Trying to turn the corner on the right. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 40. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
And the returner will be brought down. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Stumbled to the ground.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
This is one of the top 10 offenses in the nation in getting first downs. To do that, you got to have balance. You can't always throw for it on third down. You've got to be able to run it as well. And they've got a dude in the backfield who just knows how to move the chains.
They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. The Horned Frogs will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Fires to the big fella. Crosses the 30. He's got away. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. And the Horned Frogs have moved it inside the 20. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was...
Touchdown, TCU! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Using the quick game. And this one will be stopped for no gain. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Running it back, it's Laporta. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. First down to start the drive after the break. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Horned Frogs want to crank the tempo. Right back to the well. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
And he picks up a first down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move. Down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. The give. Can't get him to the ground. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They'll try to run for it. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
On the move from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. This is hardly the start they dreamed of, down 21-3. But get a touchdown here, you feel like you're back in it, Jesse.
Yeah, and it's frustrating for this offense as well because they've got the horses. They've got playmakers to light the scoreboard up, much more than the 3 points we're seeing here. I think you just got to stay true to yourself, do you, David, and know that the points are going to come.
Well, it's also frustrating when the defense is giving up points almost every single possession. So they need to score here and take this down and have a good drive, and then the defense needs to pull their weight a little bit too.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Well, there we go. We finally see some life in this offense running the football. Nice game to pick up the first down. Got to get more of that going moving forward because they have not run it well.
Comes out throwing on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on second down. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. And more yards after contact. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Brought down after a 5-yard gain down to the 7.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Makes the grab, and he wanted the score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. Kansas State has it first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats! The field position was bad. The finish was great. Great way to answer that poor field position.
Poor field position, no problem. How about it? Great job by the offensive coordinator. This offense getting in a good rhythm early, even backed up, even in a predictable situation. Great job coming out.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
Quarterback will audible. He wants to throw. Quarterback adapting. Just a short pass to the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this.
And the ball is picked off. He can be dangerous with the ball in his hands, but no room to return that pick, and they'll go on offense from the 21. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. They run the reverse. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Great discipline by the backside of the defense. This is my gap. This is where I'm supposed to be. Ball goes away, so be it. I got to stay home, stays home, makes a great play for a loss.
Moves around to clear up the vision. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. Kansas State will have to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Fair catch, called for and made. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Going for it all. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Through his hands and incomplete. He normally makes that catch every time it's second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
And the Horned Frogs will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Power football with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. K-State sends the punt team onto the field, ready to boot it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. He now has 80 yards on the ground, and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Offensively, are you going to take 4 to 6 every play? Yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'm going to take that every single time. Great job by the offense. Staying patient, staying true to who they are. You want to run the football. You want to be physical. You want to establish yourself. Check, check, check. And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy, because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
The Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Getting some heat. Just a misfire from this sophomore as he threw it behind him. The incomplete pass leaves him with 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Dances away to buy time. He's got his man. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Horned Frogs!
And the running back gets his second rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Just 9 seconds to play here in the half. Let's see if they come out guns a-blazing. Give to the single back. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Manhattan. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the Jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium.
Kansas State will kick it off to start things in the second half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime. Yeah. Hit the gas, kid! Wide open ahead. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Line gets set, first down. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. He's got 93 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing. Hand off from the shotgun. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. And the Horned Frogs headed quickly to the line. Nice move to keep running. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. The Horned Frogs have this offense rolling. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Wants to throw on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll try the run. And they just can't square him up, and he gets down to the 36. From the 36, a third down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You can't let the same guy beat you over and over and over again. You got to make adjustments. Sometimes you got to bring more guys in the box, more guys to the football, and make sure he's not the one who beat you.
And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down. And the Horned Frogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for a crease to the left. At the 20, he's got space. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Touchdown, TCU! And the beatdown has ensued.
And it's now the second time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Gets it out quickly. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Off the play fake. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great, but they got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Firing deep. Makes the catch down the right side. And he breaks into the open. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Kansas State. Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us here in the booth.
That was great execution on offense. Receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Running with power. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on 3rd downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who.
He's off to the races. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Gonna try to get it himself. And it'll be a short game, but no need to take a big hit there on the scramble.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And fire the completion there in the red zone and set up at the 13. The Horned Frogs have pushed it inside the 20. They'll keep it on the ground. Not much running room. He's got 1 down to the 12. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On second down, they'll take to the air. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. On third down, going up top. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. And he'll try this one from the left hash and 33 yards away. Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll bring it out. It's Rourke. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Looking down the middle. He makes a catch. He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with fourth. Kansas State will have to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. And if I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Stopped at the 44 after a 5-yard gain.
And those little chunks keep annoying the crud out of you when you're on defense. It's just putting them in easy situations, chewing up 4 to 6 yards at a pop like that, puts you in a bad situation as a defensive coordinator. What do I call?
Off he goes! And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. Ready, fight. That's the end of the quarter, and TCU has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll give it to him again. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. And the Horned Frogs trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. On the ground. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! And the stomping has commenced. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. And they tacked on the extra point. The offense. 7 is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the season, and they are still perfect.
Still perfect, and they're cooking. You can tell they got some momentum. You know, 7 weeks, obviously, that's not the whole season. You got bigger fish to fry down the road. Great start, but you can tell this team's for real, for real.
No doubt, and they deserve for us all to be talking about them right now because they look as advertised. This is a team with tremendous talent. They've taken care of business up to this point, but now because they're undefeated at this point of the year, every game from this point out gets bigger and bigger and more important.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.